What's up, y'all? It's Steve here. So, Snoop Dogg got a lot of backlash for what he said on this recent podcast that he was on. Now, if y'all didn't know, Snoop Dogg, he mentioned something about the rainbow agenda being pushed in a lot of these movies and TV shows that are catered to children. And he talked about one experience that he had when he went to the movies with his grandson and they saw the new Buzz Lightyear movie, right? And in that movie, there was one scene where it was a lesbian couple and one of those women was holding a baby in that scene. And Snoop Dogg's grandson, he started questioning the scene, and Snoop Dogg, he was trying to tell him to be quiet when they were in the movies. He told him to just watch the movie and eat the popcorn and all that shit. But Snoop Dogg's grandson, he was still questioning that one movie scene in the movie Buzz Lightyear, in the Lightyear movie, right? Now, when Snoop Dogg said what he said in the recent podcast that he was on, a lot of people didn't like what he said. Now, here's what I have to say. All right? My thing is this, okay? Because I really do think a lot of people are just blowing up for nothing, okay? I think people are just blowing up over nothing. Okay, Snoop didn't say nothing wrong, all right? He said what he said, okay? Not only is this man a father, but he's also a grandfather too. And not only that, but this man has 10 grandchildren. 10 grandchildren, okay? So, Snoop said nothing wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, okay? And I really do think a lot of people went overboard simply because of what he said. And I don't think there was nothing wrong or homophobic about what Snoop Dogg said. Snoop Dogg was just concerned about what's going on with, the rainbow agenda being pushed in some of these kids shows and in some of these movies that are catered to children. Okay, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with addressing that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with addressing it. If you're a parent or if you're a grandparent and you take your child to the movies and you see a movie scene in a movie that's catered to children where you have, two men in that movie or two women in that movie and they're holding a child and shit like that, you would be concerned too. If you were a parent or a grandparent, you would be concerned yourself. You know what I mean? If I had kids and I took my kids to the movies, right, and I took them to go see a movie that was catered to children, and there was one, and there'd be one scene in that movie that comes off very questionable, right? I would be concerned myself as a father. It seems like nowadays people just don't seem to have a problem with kids being exposed to everything. Which here's what I will say. Kids should not be exposed to everything that they see. They shouldn't. You know what I mean? Especially like when you have these certain studios in Hollywood that are pushing and promoting these rainbow ideologies into these kids movies and into these TV shows that are also catered to children. Like that's not okay. That's not okay. These kids, they shouldn't be exposed to shit like this, okay? These kids, they should be able to have a childhood. They should be able to, watch things that are kid-friendly, right? And that are child-appropriate, okay? This whole thing with Hollywood and with Disney and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, this whole thing with, all of these industries and studios pushing and promoting, certain ideologies in these kids' movies and in these kids' TV shows, it needs to stop. It needs to. Because these kids should not be exposed to this shit. They shouldn't. And I know, oh, Steve, you're homophobic. Oh, Steve, you're this, you're that. Look, you want to call me homophobic? Fine. I don't care. Listen, like I said, these kids, they shouldn't be exposed to this shit. And mind you, too, I got a niece. And I wouldn't want my niece to be exposed to this shit. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want my niece watching things that are supposed to be kid friendly. I wouldn't want her to watch something. I wouldn't want her to be exposed by a particular scene in a movie or in a TV show that is supposed to be catered to her. I wouldn't. Like that, no. Like, you want to show gay love, you want to show like two lesbians, being lovey-dovey with each other, put that shit in movies and TV shows that are catered to adults. Okay, adults only. Don't be putting that shit into these movies and TV shows that are catered to children, because that's where I draw the line. You know what I mean? Somebody who has a niece, I got a niece, right? And I would not want my niece to be exposed to shit like that at a very young age. And my niece is 3 years old. She's 3. And I wouldn't want her to be exposed to shit like that. Not at a very young age like that, no. So, like I said, man, Snoop Dogg, he had every right to call this out. He had every right to be concerned because, mind you, again, this man is a father and this man is a grandfather, right? And he has 10 grandchildren, okay? So, Snoop didn't say nothing wrong. And as a matter of fact, I've noticed that there were a lot of white people, more specifically white people who lean liberal, calling out Snoop Dogg, saying the things that, what Snoop Dogg said was unjustified and very hateful and homophobic and all that shit. But there was nothing hateful or unjustified or homophobic about what Snoop Dogg said. Snoop Dogg, he was concerned because he doesn't like the route that Hollywood is going. There's nothing wrong with calling out some of the things that Hollywood is doing. Because let's be honest here, Hollywood, I would say when it comes to a lot of these movies and a lot of these TV shows, Hollywood, they're going a very dark direction, and I'm gonna just keep it right there. When it comes to these movies and to these TV shows, more specifically when it comes to movies and TV shows that are supposed to be catered to small children. Like, come on, man, like this shouldn't be happening. Like, there's a time and a place for things like that. You want to put things like that in a movie or in a TV show, put it in a movie or in a TV show that's catered to adults, okay? Only catered to adults. Not to children, but to adults. But yeah, man, I just don't know why people thought that what Snoop Dogg said was wrong, because it wasn't wrong. He didn't say anything wrong. And you had a lot of white liberals on TikTok. And as a matter of fact, there was one white man on TikTok that called Snoop Dogg a bootlicker. And let me tell y'all something, man. If you are a white male or a white female that politically leans liberal or politically leans Democrat, and if you call a black man a bootlicker, I got to look at you with the side eye. Like, I really do. I need to look at you with the side eye. I'm going to look at you with the side eye. If you are a white person that leans liberal and you think it's okay to call a black man that does not have the same viewpoints as you do, that does not have the same political views as you do, a bootlicker, excuse me, then I'm going to look at you with the side eye, like I am, because that's not okay. And it goes to show, and it shows you who the real racists are. It's not white conservatives, black people. Just keep it real with y'all. It's not white conservatives. And as a matter of fact, Malcolm X exposed white liberals a long time ago. Way before he died, he exposed the white liberal. And not only did he expose the white liberal, but he also exposed the black Democrat. But anyway, yeah, man, y'all, for all of you people out there that are bitching and moaning about what Snoop Dogg said, man, y'all need to go outside, man. Y'all need to touch some grass, man. Because he didn't say nothing wrong. He said nothing wrong. He was concerned. Like, leave the man alone. He didn't, like, I don't know why y'all thought it was okay to drag this man through the mud just for being concerned about the direction that Hollywood is going when it comes to these movies and TV shows that are supposed to be catered to children. Like, I don't know why y'all got up in arms about that. But man, listen. Look, I don't agree with everything that Snoop Dogg says and does, but at the same time too, this man has every right to bring forth his concerns about certain things. He has every right to do that. And again, this man is a father and he is a grandfather. Okay? So with that being said, y'all leave Snoop Dogg alone. He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing wrong. You know, he wanted to give his concerns on what was going on in Hollywood and what they're doing and the type of things that they're putting in their movies and their TV shows that are catered to children. There's nothing wrong with that. And as a matter of fact, you know, there are a lot of people that are speaking up about this crap. And it really needs to stop. Like, it seriously needs to stop. And Hollywood, I don't know what the hell type of time Hollywood is on, but they need to stop this shit. They need to stop it. But anyway, man, I'm done. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Do you think Snoop Dogg was wrong for saying what he said? And if you do, leave your comment down below and tell me why. And if you don't think that what Snoop Dogg said was wrong, you know, let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me why you think he wasn't wrong. And, you know, let's start a conversation on this, all right? But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, and I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.